You are listening to the Redesign Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Grogan. I am a certified life coach, and each week I am going to help you take imperfect action toward creating a fulfilling and meaningful life. Are you ready? Let's go. Hey friends, welcome. We have officially made it to episode 50 of this podcast. How fun is that? Yay! And also at the time of recording this, it is my wedding anniversary, which is also very fun. So my husband and I got married 6 years ago today at the courthouse in Little Rock, Arkansas. And, honestly, we just went in to ask about what we would need to do to get a marriage license. And then we walked out a married couple. So as things sometimes happen, they were very convincing and helped us understand how we could get married that very day. So my husband is the one editing this podcast. So thank you for editing the podcast and happy anniversary to you as well. So today's episode, I thought we would do something fun and light that might feel a little bit like a pep talk. It is one of those very life coachy things to talk about, but sometimes we need that. So without further ado, we're going to talk about getting out of your comfort zone. So if you have been feeling stuck in a rut, bored, or like you're spinning your wheels, wondering what next, this one is for you. So one of the fastest ways that I know of to shake that feeling is to do something that feels a little bit uncomfortable. And it doesn't have to be like a big long-term commitment or a complicated project. It can just be something small, even a one-day thing that gets you just a little bit out of that zone. Doing something unfamiliar and a little bit scary has a way of just kind of like waking you up and shifting your energy. So I think this has been top of mind lately because in my own life, we have been scheming. So Josh and I have been talking about all the possibilities for life now that we are pet-free. And one of those things is to spend several months next year traveling around Europe, house sitting, pet sitting along the way, while we explore a new area of the world. And what's wild is that just talking about it, just entertaining the idea has already shifted something in our mindset. So we're talking about logistics, exploring ideas, talking about what scares us, that kind of thing. And we're not even there yet. And we're already feeling the impact of these discussions. So even if we never follow through with these plans, we're already changing as humans just because we're imagining what it would take to get there, to do the thing we want to do. So I want to invite you to consider, is there something you want to shake up? Are you feeling bored and stagnant and in a need of change, even just a little bit of change? So I want to give you another real life example that came out of a coaching conversation that happened a few weeks ago. So a few times a year, I offer a bunch of free coaching sessions, these no string attached sessions, just an invite to talk to a coach. I did a bunch of these back in April, and I'll likely do the next batch in September of this year. It's 2025. So a few weeks ago, like I said, I had a session with somebody, and I've talked to her a couple times before. And she came onto the call saying, I'm not really sure what I want to talk about, which is very normal. Sometimes you just really don't know what you want to be coached on. And as we talked, she shared that she had some newfound freedom in her own life as well. So suddenly she had more time, more space, more capacity to explore options. So we started to talk about what would it look like to pick up a hobby or pursue a passion? And through our conversation, she revealed that she always wanted to try voice acting. It had been a long time dream, but something that she had put off because, she didn't have time. It seemed maybe a little bit complicated. And there was also some perfectionism holding her back. So I asked her, what if after this call, you just recorded something, just something on your phone, maybe it's a voice memo, something that nobody ever has to hear, just to get used to recording your own voice. And I also offered the suggestion that she could do some really, really bad takes on purpose to help with the perfectionism side of things. Sometimes if you just decide that you're going to suck on purpose, it's your own choice to decide you're going to suck, it just takes all the pressure off. So she took me up on the challenge and we ended the coaching call. A couple of days later, she surprised me by sending me a sample of her audio that she recorded. And it was amazing, so good. And I mean, honestly, this is definitely a talent of hers. She has the voice for it. And she mentioned that also, she discovered that you could upload a sample to this particular website and audition for things quite easily. So she had auditioned just for fun. So fast forward a few days after that, and she messaged me again that one thing had led to another, and she had set up this really cool DIY recording studio in her garage, and that she had started auditioning for a bunch of stuff, which led her to landing a couple audiobook gigs. Like, what? I know it sounds like kind of a fast turnaround, but sometimes like taking that first tiny brave step gains so much momentum. And honestly, this kind of thing happens all the time when you decide to shake things up. So maybe you're somebody who wants to climb a mountain or do like a challenging hike, like just something really challenging. On an extreme end of this, I had a client who climbed Mount Kilimanjaro last year. And obviously that's something you have trained a lot for. I mean, it's the highest mountain in Africa. But even before she stepped foot on the mountain, she had to do what you would have to do. You would have to put a date on the calendar and work your way backward. Like, what would I need to do today to be ready to do this next year? So maybe you have something in mind, but maybe it's not like a mountain. Maybe it's like a job change or a creative project or a leadership role or a new hobby or anything really. What would you need to put in motion today to make that happen? Think again, teeny tiny, a quick voice memo or taking an extra walk and getting some more steps in. And think about it from this perspective. Even if you never do the thing you're setting out to do, how different would your life be right now just by imagining it and starting to move in that direction? So like with the example of climbing the mountain, could your life benefit from being more active today? My hunch is that it could. Like, I think all of us could move more. So start looking around. I think sometimes our brain says, ooh, that's not for me, or I could never do that, or I'll do that someday, or I need to be more ready. But all of those things are lies that our brain tells us to hold ourselves back. Because even if there is some teeny tiny part of you that feels drawn towards something, what would it be like to try it instead of just thinking about it? So what is the smallest step you can take today? I think you would be amazed at what can happen when you step forward just even a little bit outside of your comfort zone. Okay, so I'll leave you with this. Like I said, this is a pep talk. What is your next small, imperfect action? What is that teeny tiny step? I promise you, you are so ready to take it, no matter what excuses your brain gives you, no matter what else is going on in your life. Especially now when the world feels so heavy and uncertain, you can still control that one small action you take today. And if you do try something, anything, even if it's like, you know what, I opened a website and I looked to see like what it would cost to do X, Y, and Z, let me know. I want to hear about it. So you can email me, lynn@lynngrogan.com, or you can send me a direct message on Instagram. I'm @lynngrogan. Until next time.